What's your emergency? Posted by perfect_nightmare. 911, what's your emergency? Blood. The blood. Is someone hurt? No, he isn't hurt. Ma'am, can you tell me your name? Dana. Okay, Dana, you said no one is hurt? Please, send someone, please. We will have the nearest car come out to your location, but I need you to explain your situation to me. I stabbed him. He was passed out and I stabbed him in the chest. You're calling to report that you murdered your husband? Boyfriend? I didn't kill him. You said you stabbed him in the chest. Is he conscious? There's no fucking blood. I fucking stabbed him, but there's no blood. There's no blood? Please, he's going to kill me. An officer is on the way. Can you find anywhere to hide or a room you can lock yourself into until he arrives? I'm hiding in the laundry room. The door is locked and I'm hiding under a bunch of clothes. Okay, good. I need you to stay on the line with me until the officer arrives. Why isn't he bleeding? Oh, please. He's getting closer. Our car is less than 5 miles away. I need you to stay hidden and stay on the phone with me. Screaming. Dana, are you still on the line? What's happening? The knife. It's still in his fucking chest. Please help. Dana? Help is coming. Dana? Hello? Officers arrived on the site 5 minutes after the line went dead. There was only one set of fingerprints found in the home. They are believed to belong to Dana Johnson, who has not been seen or heard from since the event. The operator who took Dana's call was arrested less than a month later for the attempted murder of her husband and committed to Chestnut Grove Mental Institution. She has only spoken 2 words since. No blood. Regret. Posted by Double High Wind. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 4 years, 10 months, and 17 days since my last confession. That's a rather long time, my child. But come, tell me, what sins trouble you, my child? I've killed people, Father, murdered them in cold blood. That's a grave sin, my child. When was this? 5 years ago. I was deployed in Kabul. It was a counterintelligence op. I killed 18 insurgents in cold blood. I read about that. Weren't you awarded a Medal of Honor after that? The articles mentioned you disappeared from public scrutiny after coming home. I understand. Our Lord is a merciful God. In this situation, where it was them or you? No, you don't understand, Father. When I killed these men, it wasn't about the mission or the interests of the state. See, we had this local guide, Abdul. Young kid, 12 years old. He had these beautiful blue eyes and always dreamt of moving to the States. Helped us navigate for pocket change to feed his family. Go on. One day, we found his body naked in a ditch, covered in cuts and bruises. His head was left outside the wire, stuffed onto a pig's body. So when I killed those men that did it, Father, it wasn't about the mission. It was about vengeance. And yet, to this day, I'm still plagued by regret over what I did. What happened to poor Abdul was terrible, and so were your actions. But if you keep Christ in your heart, I'm sure you'll find the resolution you seek. Father, may I receive communion? The old priest sighed and stuck his hand through the cubbyhole, holding the communion for me. I gingerly took it with my right hand, and with my left I slammed the knife I was gripping through his hand, pinning it to the wood below. His screams echoed through the empty chapel. Kicking down the door to the priest's side, I looked him square in the eyes and smiled. You misunderstood, Father. It's true I regret killing them, but that's only because I didn't make them suffer enough for what they did. Grabbing his jaw, I continued, but I'm not going to make the same mistake with you. I'll make you suffer for everything you've done. To little Timmy from the choir, to Jared the altar boy, to the countless other children that you've murdered. And I'll make you suffer and regret everything you've done. His eyes begged me for forgiveness that his voice couldn't choke out. I placed the communion on his tongue. You're not getting any forgiveness from me, Father. After all, I loathe it when people snatch away my prey. 24 hours. Posted by Verjuices. Yesterday, Todd made it his mission to sleep with as many women as possible. He managed a whopping 37 in 24 hours, an insurmountable amount for an average day. But this was not an average day. Who was going to say no to some sex? He didn't know he'd soon be a father to 6 illegitimate children, or he wouldn't have done it. Yesterday, Anne snapped and slit the throat of her toxic ex-husband. The neighbors walking by saw the whole thing through the window, but simply looked at each other, shrugged, and kept walking. Anne continued her day as usual, leaving the still warm body on her floor. She didn't know she would be arrested for murder, or she wouldn't have done it. Yesterday, Lacey took her husband and kids on a drive on the winding roads next to the ocean. Her hands shook as she gripped the wheel, while her kids sat oblivious in the back. She and her husband shared a meaningful look as she jerked the car to the right and into the crashing ocean waves. She didn't know she would be shunned while laying 6 feet under, or she wouldn't have done it. Yesterday, the news was announced that an unsurvivable asteroid was headed straight to Earth. Yesterday, the world erupted into unprecedented chaos as everyone had to decide what to do with their last 24 hours. But today, utter and complete pandemonium occurred because the asteroid missed.